Sociology is a science of society. As a social science, it attempts to study social life as a whole. But for the understanding of social life as a whole, sociology requires the help of other social sciences which studies the particular aspect of society. Economics studies the economic aspect, whereas political science studies political aspects. Hence, it is obvious that other social sciences are closely related to sociology. Sociology is considered as the mother of social sciences. Besides, sociology synthesizes other social sciences. Hence, there exists a very close and intimate relationship between sociology and other social sciences. For our precise understanding of the relationship between sociology and other social sciences, we have to discuss them individually. Sociology and political science. As a mother of social sciences, sociology has close and intimate relationship with all other social sciences. Hence, it has close relationship with political science as well. Their relationship is so close and intimate that led G.C. Catlin to remark, political science and sociology are two faces or aspects of the same figure. Similarly, other scholars could not find any difference between the two disciplines. Sociology is a science of society. It is a science of social groups and social institutions. It is a general science of society. It studies human interaction and interrelations, their conditions and consequences. Political science is the science of state and government. It studies power, political processes, political systems, types of government and international relations. It deals with social groups organized under the sovereign of state. In the words of Paul Junet, political science is that part of social science which treats the foundation of the state and principles of government. It studies the political activities of man. It only studies the organized society. However, their interrelationship and interdependence can be known from interdependence and mutual relationship. Sociology depends on political science. In the words of Maurice Ginsburg, historically sociology has its main roots in politics and philosophy of history. Sociology greatly benefited by the books written by political scientists like Plato, Aristotle, and Kautilya, such as The Republic, The Politics, and Arthashastra, respectively. Each and every social problem has a political cause. Political science is a part of sociology. Hence, sociology depends on political science to comprehend itself. To understand different political events, sociology takes the help from political science. Sociology, to draw its conclusion, depends on political science. Any change in the political system or nature of power structure brings changes in society. Hence, sociology takes the help of political science to understand the changes in society. Hence, both are dependent. Similarly, political science also depends on sociology. Political science is part of sociology. To understand the part, it is necessary to understand the whole. Almost all political problems has a social cause, and for the solution of these political problems, political science takes the help of sociology. State frames its rules, regulations, and laws on the basis of social customs, traditions, and values. Without sociological background, the study of political science will be incomplete. Political scientists largely benefited by the researches and research methods of the sociologists. Some consider political science as a branch of sociology. State is considered as a social group, hence is a subject of sociology. Besides, there are some common topics which are being studied by both the subjects. These topics are war, propaganda, authority, communal riots, and law. With the help of both political science and sociology, a new subject comes into existence which is known as political sociology. Some political events like war are also significant social events. Thus, both political science and sociology contribute to each other. But in spite of their interrelationship and interdependence, both the sciences differ from each other in the following way. Differences 1. Sociology is the science of society and social relationship, whereas political science is a science of state and government. The scope of sociology is very wide, but the scope of political science is limited. 3. Sociology is a general science, but political science is a special science. 4. Sociology studies organized, unorganized, and disorganized society, whereas political science studies only politically organized society. 5. Sociology studies the social activities of man, whereas political science studies political activities of man. 6. Sociology is a new or young science, but political science is an older science. 7. Sociology studies man as a social animal, whereas political science studies a man as a political animal. 8. Sociology studies both formal and informal relations, whereas political science studies only formal relations. 9. Sociology analyzes both conscious and unconscious activities of man, whereas political science analyzes only conscious activities of a man. 10. Sociology deals with all forms of association, whereas political science deals with only one form of association named state. Sociology and History. As a mother of social sciences, sociology has close and intimate relationship with all other social sciences. Accordingly, it has close relationship with history also. Because present society bears symbols of past, the relationship between the two is so close and intimate that scholars like G. von Bülow have refused to acknowledge sociology as a science distinct from history. Sociology is the science of society. It is a study of system of social action and their interrelations. Sociology is a science of social groups and social institutions. History studies the important past events and incidents. It records men's past life and life of societies in a systematic and chronological order. It also tries to find out the cause of past events. It also studies the past political, social, and economic events of the world. It not only studies the past but also establishes relationship with present and future. That is why it is said that history is the microscope of the past, the horoscope of the present, and the telescope of the future. However, both the sciences are closely interrelated and interdependent on each other. Both study the same human society. Their mutual dependence led G.H. Howard to remark that history is past sociology and sociology is present history. Both take help from each other. At the same time, one depends on the other for its own comprehension. History helps and enriches sociology. History is the storehouse of knowledge from which sociology gained a lot. History provides materials for sociologists' use. History is a record of past social matters, social customs, and information about different stages of life. Sociology uses this information. Books written by historians like A. Toynbee are the great use for sociologists. To know the impact of a particular past event, sociology depends on history. Similarly, sociology also provides help to history and enriches it. A historian greatly benefited from the research conducted by sociologists. Historians now study caste, class, and family by using sociological data. Sociology provides the background for the study of history. Now history is being studied from sociological angle. Every historical event has a social cause or a social background. To understand that historical event, history needs the help from sociology, and sociology helps history in this respect. Sociology provides facts on which historians rely on. Thus, history and sociology are mutually dependent on each other. History is now being studied from sociological angle, and sociology also now studied from historical point of view. Historical sociology now became a new branch of sociology which depends on history. Similarly, sociological history is another specialized subject which based on both the sciences. But in spite of above close relationship and interdependence, both the sciences differ from each other from different angles which are described below. Differences. Sociology is a science of society and is concerned with the present society, but history deals with the past events and studies the past society. Sociology is a modern or new subject, whereas history is an older social science. Sociology is abstract, whereas history is concrete in nature. The scope of sociology is very wide, whereas the scope of history is limited. Sociology includes history within its scope. Sociology is an analytical science, whereas history is descriptive science. Attitude of sociology and history differ from each other. Sociology studies a particular event as a social phenomenon, whereas history studies a particular event in its entirety. Sociology is a general science, whereas history is a special science. Sociology and Economics. Sociology is the mother of all social sciences. Hence, it has close relationship with all social sciences and so also with economics. The relationship of sociology with economics is very close, intimate and personal. There exists close relationship between these two because economic relationships bear a close relation to social activities and relationships. Likewise, social relationships are also affected by economic relationships. Economic activities to great extent are social activities. Hence, both are mutually related. Sociology is the science of society. It is concerned with the association of human beings. Sociology is the study of human interactions and interrelations, their conditions and consequences. But economics deals with economic activities of man. It is a science of wealth and choice. According to Professor Robbins, economics is a social science which studies human behavior in relation to his unlimited ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. It is concerned with the activities of man such as production, consumption, distribution and exchange. It also studies the structure and functions of different economic organizations like banks, markets, etc. It is concerned with the material needs of man as well as his material welfare. However, there exists a great deal of interrelationship between these two sciences. Both are interdependent and interrelated with each other. Because of this interrelationship, Thomas opines that economics is, in fact, one branch of sociology. Similarly, Silverman opines economics is regarded as offshoot of sociology which studies the general principles of all social relations. Their interrelationships are as follows. Economics takes the help of sociology. For its own comprehension, economics takes the help of sociology and depends on it. Economics is a part of sociology, hence without the help from sociology, economics can't understand itself completely. Economics is concerned with the material welfare of man, which is common welfare. Economic welfare is a part of social welfare also. For the solution of different economic problems such as inflation, poverty, unemployment, etc. Economics takes the help of sociology and takes into account the social events that particular time. At the same time, society controls the economic activities of man. Economics is greatly benefited by research conducted by sociologists like Max Weber, Pareto, etc. Some economists also consider economic change as an aspect of social change. Economic draws its generalization basing on the data provided by sociology. Thus, economics cannot go far or develop without the help of sociology. Similarly, sociology also takes the help from economics. Economics greatly enriches sociological knowledge. An economic factor greatly influences each and every aspect of social life. Economics is a part of sociology, hence without the help of economics, we can't understand the sociology properly. Knowledge and research in the field of economics greatly contributes to sociology. Each and every social problem has an economic cause. For the solution of social problems like dowry, suicide, etc., sociologists take the help from economics. Marx opines, economic relations constitute the foundation of society. Economic factors play a very important role in every aspect of our social life. That is why sociologists concerned with economic institutions. For this reason, sociologists like Spencer, Weber, Durkheim, and others have taken the help from economics in their analysis of social relationships. Thus, both sociology and economics are very closely related with each other. There are some problems which are being studied by both sociologists and economists. Economic changes results in social changes and vice versa. However, in spite of above closeness, interrelationship and interdependence, both the sciences have certain differences which are described below. Differences. 1. Sociology is a science of society and social relationships, whereas economics is a science of wealth and choice. 2. Sociology is much younger science which has very recent origin, whereas economics is comparatively an older science. 3. Sociology is an abstract science, whereas economics is concrete in nature. 4. Sociology is a general social science, whereas economics is a special social science. 5. The scope of sociology is very wide, whereas the scope of economics is very limited. 6. Sociology is concerned with the social activities of man, whereas economics is concerned with the economic activities of man. 7. Society studies as unit of study in sociology, whereas man is taken as a unit of study in the economics. 8. Both sociology and economics differ from each other in respect of the methods and techniques they use for their study. Sociology and Psychology. Sociology is a science of society, hence it is closely related to other social sciences and so also with the psychology. Sociology and psychology are very closely interlinked, interrelated and interdependent. Relationship between the two is so close and intimate that psychologists like Carl Pearson refuses to accept both as special sciences. Both depends on each other for their own comprehension. Their relationship will be clear if we analyze their interrelationship and mutual dependency. Sociology is a science of social phenomena and social relationship. It is a science of social group and social institutions. It is a science of collective behavior. It studies human behavior in groups. But psychology is a science of mind or mental processes. It is a science of human behavior. It analyzes attitudes, emotions, perceptions, process of learning and values of individuals and process of personality formation in society. In the words of Thales, psychology is the positive science of human experience and behavior. But both the sciences are closely related to each other, which can be known from the following. Sociology receives help from psychology. Psychology is a part of sociology, hence without the help from psychology, sociology can't understand itself fully and properly. There are many psychologists like Freud, McDougall and others who have enriched sociology in many respects. They opine that the whole social life could be reduced finally to psychological forces. Each and every social problems and social phenomenon must have a psychological basis, for the solution of which sociology requires the help from psychology. A new branch of knowledge has developed with the combination of sociology and psychology, which is known as social psychology. Similarly, psychology depends on sociology to comprehend itself fully. Psychology also requires help from sociology in many cases. As human mind and personality is being influenced by social environment, culture, customs, and traditions, hence, psychology takes the help from sociology to understand these things. To understand human nature and behavior properly, psychology depends on sociology. There are many psychological problems which must have a social cause. Psychology requires the help from sociology to understand these social problems. A research in sociology richly contributes to psychology. Contributions and theories of many sociologists also are of great help to psychologists. Thus, sociology and psychology are mutually dependent on each other. One can't comprehend itself without the help from others. Besides, there are some common areas of study such as social disorganization, public opinion, etc., which are being studied by both sociologists and psychologists. Social psychology, a branch of psychology, is developed with a combination of the two. In the words of Crutch and Crutchfield, social psychology is the science of behavior of the individuals in society. Differences. However, in spite of the mutual relationship and dependence, both the sciences differ from each other in the following ways. 1. Sociology is the science of society, but psychology is the science of mind. 2. Scope of sociology is wide, whereas scope of psychology is limited. 3. Society is the unit of study in the sociology, but individual is the unit of study in the case of psychology. 4. Sociology studies social processes, whereas psychology studies mental processes. 5. Sociology studies and analyzes human behavior from sociological angle, whereas psychology studies and analyzes human behavior from psychological angles. Sociology and anthropology. Sociology is the mother of all social sciences. Hence, it has close and intimate relationship with anthropology. The relationship is so close that anthropologists like A.L. Kroeber consider sociology and anthropology as twin sisters. They often appear as two names for the same subject. R. Redfield recognizes the closeness between these two social sciences. Sociology is a science of society. It studies behavior of man in a group. The term sociology has been derived from the Latin word socius, means society, companion or association, and the Greek word logos means study or science. Hence, sociology is concerned with the association of human beings. It is a science that deals with social groups. Similarly, the term anthropology is derived from two Greek words. Anthropos means man and logos means study or science. Accordingly, anthropology means study of man. As a science of man, it deals with man, his work and behavior. Anthropology studies the biological and cultural development of man. Anthropology has a wide field of study which can be broadly divided into three main divisions such as physical anthropology, archaeology, cultural anthropology, and social anthropology. Physical anthropology studies bodily characteristics of early man and thereby try to understand both primitive and modern cultures. Archaeology studies cultures of prehistoric period. This study facilitates sociologists to make a comparative study of present social structure. It is concerned with the early periods of human existence. It reconstructs the origin, spread and evolution of culture by examining the remains of past societies. Social anthropology deals with the behavior of man in social institutions. Social anthropology and sociology are one and the same. Ivan Pritchard considers social anthropology as a branch of sociology. Mutual help. However, there exists a very close and intimate relationship between sociology and anthropology. Both contribute to the growth of others. Both are mutually related to each other. Of course, sociology studies society, whereas anthropology studies man. But as a man and society are mutually interrelated, hence it is very difficult to distinguish two. However, their close relationship can be known from the following. Anthropology contributes to the growth of sociology. Without the help of anthropology, the study of sociology can't be complete. It is a part of sociology. Anthropology provides knowledge about ancient societies. To have a comprehensive understanding of present society, sociology takes the help of anthropology. Contributions of many anthropologists like R. Brown, Linton, Mead, and Pritchard enriches the sociological knowledges. The origin of family, marriage, religion, etc. can be better understood through the anthropological knowledge. The concepts like cultural area, cultural traits, and cultural lag, etc. sociology accepts from anthropology. Sociology accepts the anthropological conclusion that racial superiority is not responsible for mental development. Thus, sociology is greatly benefited by anthropological studies. Similarly, sociology contributes richly towards the growth of anthropology. Anthropology accepts many concepts of sociology. Research and contributions of many sociologists like Emile Durkheim, Herbert Spencer is of great help to anthropology. Anthropologists greatly benefited by the sociological researches. Ideas and conclusions of sociology contributes to the research in anthropology. Thus, there exists a great deal of relationship between the sociology and anthropology. Both study human society and both are concerned with all kinds of social groups like families, friends, tribes, etc. Many of the ideas and concepts are used in both the disciplines. Hence, both are interrelated and interdependent. But in spite of the interrelationship, both differ from each other. Differences. 1. Sociology is a science of society, whereas anthropology is a science of man and his behavior. 2. The scope of sociology is very wide, whereas the scope of anthropology is very limited, because anthropology is a part of sociology. 3. Sociology studies society as a whole, whereas anthropology studies man as a part of society. 4. Sociology studies civilizations which are vast and dynamic. On the other hand, the anthropology studies cultures which are small and static. 5. Sociology studies modern, civilized and complex societies, whereas anthropology studies ancient and non-literate societies. 6. Sociology is concerned with social planning, whereas anthropology is not concerned with social planning. On the basis of social planning, sociology makes suggestions for future, but anthropology do not make any suggestion for the future. Conclusion. Sociology has a broad perspective. It is concerned with those aspects of social life which are present in all forms. It embraces every social setting. Most related social sciences have restricted range of specializations. It must be pointed out that human behavior cannot be divided neatly into different compartments and each assigned to a specific social science. Hence, boundaries between the disciplines are often overlapping. Almost all the social sciences get outside their own and into somebody else's domain with great frequency. Sociology thus provides an understanding about the social order in which we live and about the forces that shape and mold it. It also suggests paths of action to ensure the emergence of new social patterns. Imaginatively pursued, the study of sociology enables us to understand the condition and the predicament of human beings. It can also help in finding solutions for the present problems and dilemmas of society.